Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Vasquez, and I'm here to help you take your Chapter 9 performance task. Hoy vamos a tomar un ejercicio, es como un examen del capítulo 9. All right, so make sure you have your thinking caps on, el casco de pensar. Make sure one side is on math, matemáticas, other side, Chapter 9, capítulo 9, and make sure it's tight. ¿Estás seguro? Okay, so remember in Chapter 9, we've been learning how to measure things and not just objects, but also time. So en capítulo 9 estábamos aprendiendo cómo medir cosas, objetos y también medir la hora. Let's get started. So put your finger on the top, put your eyes on the top, and it says time and length. Hey, I have a mistake there. I'm going to erase that. Okay, there we go. Tiempo y largo. All right, so number 1 says, draw an hour hand pointing to any number on the clock. Then draw a minute hand pointing to the 12. Write the time. So tenemos que dibujar la hora puntando a cualquier número en el reloj y entonces vamos a dibujar el minutero, que es la otra mano del reloj, puntando al número 12 y escribir la hora. So I am going to take my pen here and I just want to put a box around some important words like the hour hand. Okay, and hour is a small word, so we have to remember that's the small hand. So el de la hora es el bracito que es más pequeño. And it says any number, so cualquier número puede ser el brazo de la hora. And then we're going to draw the minute hand, and minute is a longer word, so that's going to be our longer hand. And that's going to have to point to the 12. So, el bracito más largo del reloj tiene que estar en el número 12, que es el minutero. All right, so you're going to go ahead and draw that over here on the clock. And then you have to draw whatever time you have there into the digital clock on the side here. So, después de hacerlo en el reloj análogo, entonces lo vas a hacer en el reloj digital. Y puse los dos punticos para separar la hora primero, entonces los minutos. So, I put those little 2 dots to separate. You got to put the hour first on the clock and then the minutes afterwards. Okay. When you're done with that, we're going to move on to number 2. Let me erase this. Oops. Go back. Sorry about that. All right, and number 2 is over here. So go ahead and put your finger on number 2, put your eyes on number 2. And this one says, draw an hour hand pointing between any 2 numbers on the clock. Then draw a minute hand pointing to the 6. Write the time. So esta vez vamos a dibujar el brazo de la hora apuntando entre 2 números. Y entonces vamos a dibujar el minutero puntando al 6 y escribir la hora. So I'm going to go ahead again and I'm going to put a box under my important words. So hour hand, hour is a small word. So I'm going to use my small hand and it says between any 2 numbers. Very important. That means it's not going to go right on a number. It's going to go in the middle of 2 numbers. So, el brazo pequeño tiene que estar entre 2 números. So, no va a estar directamente en un número. Tiene que estar en el medio de 2 números. Then, draw the minute hand. So, entonces, el minutero, and minute is a longer word. So, that's going to be the longer hand. Es el bracito más largo. That one has to be pointing to the 6. Ese tiene que estar puntando al número 6, por seguro. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do that on the clock. Follow the directions. And then you're going to write it onto the digital clock. So analog clock first, then we take the time and we do it on the digital clock. So primero lo vamos a dibujar en el reloj análogo y entonces vamos a ponerlo en el digital. And I put my little 2 dots there again to separate the hour and the minutes. So los dos punticos separan la hora y los minutos. All right, I hope that's clear. I'm going to go ahead and erase this mess that I made over here. And I'm going to move down to our next part. And this time we're going to be measuring objects. Now, it says to use paper clips. So if for some reason you don't have any paper clips in your house, there's other things you can use that are close. You can use a penny or several pennies. or you can use macaronis. So, si no tienes estos clips en tu casa, puedes usar macarrones sin cocinar. Can you see that there? O sentados. Make sure your macaronis are not cooked, then they're going to be squishy and they're going to make a mess. Sin cocinar, por favor, los macarrones. All right, number 3. Here we go. Let me get my cute little pointer ready. Put your fingers on number 3. Put your eyes on number 3. It says, draw a crayon that is 4 paper clips long. So tenemos que dibujar un crayola que mide 4 clips o 4 sentados o 4 macarrones, whatever you're using. What I would do is I would start right under the number. I would take my paper clip or whatever it is, and I would put 4 of them next to each other. And then wherever that ends, I'm going to finish my crayon. So I'll do the first one as an example. So voy a poner la línea aquí. Y entonces lo que esté usando para medir, voy a poner 4 juntos. So let's say I have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, let's just say. Then that's where I'm going to stop my crayon. So I'm going to go ahead and make my little point there. Voy a terminar el crayola ahí, por ejemplo. And if I want to get fancy, I can draw my crayon. Okay, so si quiero puedo dibujarlo. I'm trying to write crayon on there. Okay. Something like that. I'm not a very good artist. Okay, más o menos van a hacerlo con 4 cosas. Now, I don't know if your crayon, 4 of your objects are going to be the same as mine, but go ahead and try it. All right, now, number 4, número 4, put your finger on it. It says, draw a pencil that is longer than the crayon. About how many paper clips long is it? All right, so first we drew a crayon, right? This time we're drawing a pencil. Esta vez vamos a dibujar un lápiz, and it's got to be longer. So I'm going to put a box on that. So más largo. So wherever you ended up here, on donde terminaste aquí, I'm trying to draw it here, vas a ser más largo acá. So it's got to be longer. So you're going to be finishing somewhere in this space over here. Más o menos en ese lugar vas a terminar tu lápiz. And don't forget to write how many paper clips you had to make for that one, for the pencil. You have to write the number on the line. So en la línea vas a poner el número de cuántos objetos tenías que usar para medir el lápiz que dibujaste. Tiene que ser más grande que el crayola. All right, and number 5, it says draw a third object that is shorter than the crayon, and about how many paper clips long is that? Okay, so ahora vas a hacer uno que es más corto que el crayola. Remember the crayon was up here in number 3. Y entonces vas a poner cuánto largo es. So if the crayon finished here, again, I'm going to go to my point here, then it's got to be something smaller than that. So tiene que ser algo, tiene que terminar más para acá. All right, so think of something, and it doesn't tell you what to use. So think of something small that's smaller than a crayon. So if a crayon's about this big, then you want something about that big or so. Okay, so busca algo que es más pequeño que puedes dibujar, más pequeño que un crayola. All right, hope that's clear. I'm going to go ahead and erase this mess I got going on here. And I'm just going to go back to our bottom question here, or down to our bottom question. Last question, la última pregunta, number 6. It says, write the names of your 3 objects in order from longest to shortest. So tienes que dibujar, o digo, escribir los nombres de las 3 cosas que mediste en orden del más largo al más corto. So I'm going to make sure that we understand by putting a box on the important words. I'm going to start with the longest thing and then the shortest thing. So vas a poner los nombres. You're going to put their names. So write down the name of what was the longest object, and then what was the next longest, and you're going to finish with the shortest. So vas a terminar con el objeto que era el más pequeño. Now it said to pick an object, so that's the only one you don't have the name for. On the page it says the word crayon and it says pencil, but you had to pick something else, right? That was the shortest, or shorter, I should say. Sorry, shorter than the crayon. Okay. Las palabras están arriba del lápiz, cómo se escribe el lápiz, cómo se escribe crayola. So tienes que nada más que poner el nombre de cualquier cosa que usaste para número 5 para medir algo más corto que el crayola. All right, but that's not it. The question does not finish there. It says, how do you know which object was the longest. You have to explain. ¿Cómo tú sabes qué objeto era el más largo? Tienes que explicar. So, which was the longest one you had? Whatever that is, how do you know it's the longest? So you can write a quick sentence. I know that blank was the longest because blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is. Ok, puedes escribir, yo sé que era el más largo porque blah, blah, blah. Escribe una oración. Remember that we have to explain in a sentence, so please start with a capital letter and please finish with a period. Empieza con una letra mayúscula y con un punto para explicar. I hope you guys all get 100, and I will be talking to you guys soon on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.